and it's time for another matchup in the Ultimate Supermarket Lager Championship. And we've got two beers in the next round, but before we introduce you to those two beers, let's have a look at the table. The table is showing us the third quarter of the table now, and we saw how the Marks and Spencer's Czech Pilsner was absolutely destroyed by the beautiful Duplo, which is an amazing beer, one of the best ones I've had so far in the competition. And what can I say? It was a slam dunk. It was just no contest whatsoever. And now we're up to the next matchup to see who will take it on in the next round. And it's going to be one of these two. It's either going to be the Bangla or the Jever. So that's, well, it'll be interesting to see. I've not had either of these two beers before. So it'll be interesting to see what they're like. I don't think I've ever had the Jever before. I don't know much about it. The Bangla is a beer, I think, from Bangladesh. And it's 4.8% ABV. It's a 660ml bottle. And the Jever is, what is that? That is 4.9% ABV, and it's a 0.5 litre bottle. This one was about £2.25, I think. The Jever was a bit dearer, about £2.70. Anyway, there's not much more we can say about these two beers. Let's get them poured into glasses and see what we think of them. Okay, beers poured. And we've got, well, we're getting a bigger head on this one than we are on this one. They're both looking nice and clear. They're both a similar colour. And yeah, what else can I say? So they're both similar colour. They're both nice and clear. I don't know which one's which out of these, but for those of you who want to know at home, this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. So let's have a see how they smell first of all. So I'm going to go for this one first. So I'll get a nose on this one. So we're getting lemon, a little bit of honey. It's quite citrusy, quite sharp on the smell. A little bit of biscuit, a little bit of bread. It smells quite interesting. It smells nice. Yeah, certainly getting quite a lot of lemon on the smell there. Anyway, let's go on this one now and see what the nose on this one tells us. So here we go. So that one's very different. Slightly more malty in the nose. Smells a little bit sweet. Quite a lot of syrup in the smell there. Bit of malt. This one smells better than this one. Anyway, that's enough of the smells. Let's go for the old taste. So here we go. Cheers. So on the taste here, there's a bit of kind of cherry Bakewell in the taste, is the first thing I'm getting, which is weird. It's quite fizzy on the mouthfeel, very, very light in flavour. And a bit of bitterness there, but not a very nice bitterness really. It's just, I don't know. It's got a bit of a confectionery taste to it as well, which I'm not a massive fan of. But yeah, very light in flavour, and the flavour that there is not the best really. It's all right. Okay, let's have a go on this one now. So, yeah, let's try this one. Cheers. Oh, that is bitter. So that's a lot. That's way more bitter than that one. This one's giving me more kind of Pilsner vibes. There's a little bit of breadiness in the background now. It's all right. This one, it's possibly a little bit bitter for my palate, but I can see what they're trying to do. It's very crisp. Has a nice crisp bite to it. There's a nice bit of breadiness in the background there, but I think the bitterness overpowers it a little bit on this one. Yeah, it's a little bit like the Bitburger, this one, but it's more bitter than that. I like the way the Bitburger had a bit more of a... Yeah, because that bitterness is really lingering. I'm not sure whether I'm a massive fan of that. But it's got a lot to it. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of bitterness in there. There's a little bit of grassiness. There's a bit of lemon. There's a bit of breadiness in there as well. It's got a more complex flavour. This one just doesn't really have much at all. It's soft and it's unoffensive, and it's got a bit of cherry bakewell there in the taste, a bit of almond. I don't know if that's intentional or what. It's, you know, I mean, this is a perfectly pleasant lager, but it's not particularly good, I wouldn't say. This one packs more of a punch. Again, not quite to my tastes, but it's a lot better than this one. So there we go. I'm going to go for this one as going through. I mean, it's a quick one, that really. I mean, this one's a lot better than this one. I've had a lot better than either of these two. So I don't know if either Bangla or Jever have a massive fan base if people think they're amazing. But yeah, it's decent. But I've had better. But there's a decent amount of bitterness in that. It's a bit like the Bitburger. I just like the way the Bitburger was a bit more balanced with the maltiness and the biscuitiness. I find that the bitterness just overpowers the flavour a bit more. If you like something that's really, really bitter, then I go for this one. It's not an unpleasant bitterness. There's just lots and lots of it. I like a little bit more of a biscuity kind of backbone to just to offset that bitterness a little bit more. Whereas this one is just not good, really. Not a big fan of the cherry bakewell in the taste. I'm not a big fan of the sweetness of it, and the fact there's not really much else. There's not really a huge amount of flavour in there. It doesn't really taste like a beer per se. This one really does taste like a sharp German Pilsner, and it's a lot better. So there you go. That's going through. I think this is the Jever, just because it tastes like a really strong, bitter German Pilsner. I think this is the Bangla because it doesn't. And that's really all there is to it. So, what can I say? That's my verdict. This one's going through. Let's see if I was right. And we're back. And yeah, this is one of the easier taste tests to do, to be honest, because this one was clearly the German Pilsner. This was clearly the one that wasn't a German Pilsner. I assume this is competing with the likes of Cobra. Cobra's not great.
Is the common name of various venomous snakes, most of which belong to the genus Major.
That's Alexa giving us a definition of Cobra there. What a Cobra is, I don't really know what that was about. Alexa, shut up. Thank you. Yes, that's so there you go. In case you wanted to know what a Cobra was, that was Alexa telling us what a Cobra was. But yeah, so I think this is one step above that beer that I won't mention again, in case she pipes up again. Yeah, and this one is like a really, really bitter version of Bitburger. Yeah, it's nice. It's refreshing. It's sharp. It's lovely when it's nice and cold. This one is not. It's soft. It's unoffensive. Would it be nice with a curry? I don't know. If it is competing with the likes of Cobra, I know Cobra generally is something you'll have with a curry. I don't know, really. It might do. Might go down well with that. I've no idea. But what can I say? As a beer on its own, it's not great. I won't be getting it again. Let's put it like that. Bangla is out, and this Jever is going to be up against the Dupler in the next round. So that'll be very interesting to see what's what, to be honest with that. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. So there we go. Jever is through. There's nothing more to say. Apart from, until next time, have a good one.